everybody. This afternoon we're going to be baking jalapeno cornbread and maple bacon Brussels sprouts, and that is to go with our pork loin that Jay just took off the grill. So we're going to make these sides to go along with that, and we're going to get started. So y'all join us. All right, so we're going to start off. We took two kind of large fresh jalapenos. I think we're chopping one and slicing one.
Yep.
And I suppose you could use pickled jalapenos if that's all you had. But we're using fresh.
They said to seed it and take the veins out of it before you chopped it, but I don't do that. I like the seeds and veins in it.
And a lot of times if you leave the seeds on it, you get a hotter flavor. And we're from Louisiana, so we like heat. But it takes 2 jalapeno peppers, a cup of cornmeal, a half a cup of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of granulated sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, a half teaspoon baking soda, 1 cup of buttermilk, a half a cup of milk, 1 large egg, a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening melted, and 2 tablespoons of salted butter. And I'm going to preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Okay, we've got the peppers chopped and sliced, and now he's getting the butter ready to put in the cast iron skillet. So we've got the butter in the skillet, we've got the burner on. So we're going to get a cup of, we've got yellow cornmeal mix. I don't think it specifies, but we like yellow cornmeal in the South. But if you can't get it where you are, then use whatever you can get. Okay, so we got a cup of cornmeal and a half a cup of all-purpose flour.
A tablespoon of sugar. We don't normally put sugar in our cornbread, but this is a new recipe, so we're going to try it. If we don't like it, we won't do it again.
That's a tablespoon.
Go a little less than a tablespoon. Tablespoon of baking powder.
And soda.
Soda out here. We don't need that.
Yeah, you will need it.
Oh, there it is.
So a tablespoon of baking powder.
Chili powder.
How much of chili powder do you put?
Tablespoon.
A tablespoon. I like the hot Mexican chili powder, but they didn't have any the last time I bought chili powder, so we just have regular chili powder.
Okay. 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt.
Butter's melted.
Okay. Okay. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, which okay. So
This is a half teaspoon.
that's what
Is that what it took?
Mix all this up. Cup of buttermilk.
How much buttermilk?
A cup.
1 cup of buttermilk.
Half a
Make
cup.
sure you shake it good before you use it.
And then a half a cup of regular milk.
I know the directions tell you that, but I always like to add that in when I'm using buttermilk. So a half a cup of that.
Yep, a large egg. Put this over here where I can mix everything. Quarter cup of melted vegetable shortening.
If it's hot out of the microwave, just be sure that you're stirring as you pour it in so it doesn't curdle the milk.
Now then, now we're going to mix in our sauteed jalapeños.
Then you just place the slices on top. And these slices have not been cooked, but they'll cook in the oven as the cornbread cooks. Okay, so now we're going to make our other side, which is called maple bacon Brussels sprouts. Now, Brussels sprouts is one of my favorite greens. My kids have never liked them, and my husband thought he didn't like them. But if they're cooked right, they're good. And so we've been eating them more frequently lately. Right now, he's going to take 8 slices of bacon, and he's going to cut it up into little chunky pieces, and we're gonna brown it in the cast iron skillet until they're crispy. And of course, you know, if you like bacon, you can add extra. You don't have to do just 8 slices. And looks like that's what the Hubs is doing. So.
Oh.
So we have never made this particular recipe before, nor the cornbread either. But we wanted something to go with our pork loin tonight that he grilled just a little while ago. And we've got it in the oven in aluminum foil on the warm setting so that it doesn't cool off. But, and then we're going to grill some sausage, which won't take very long. I forget what kind of sausage they are.
Jalapeno cheddar?
Jalapeno cheddar, okay. And so we're gonna grill a few of those, and if we don't eat them tonight, I can take them to work all week with me. But the recipe calls for half a cup of apple juice, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. It calls for 8 slices of bacon, but you can see when he was cutting up bacon, he's got a few more than 8 slices.
I like bacon.
Cayenne pepper, kosher salt, and some cranberries, some dried cranberries. So I think it's going to be a pretty good meal myself, but we will see. The verdict is out. Okay, he's browning the bacon, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me cut all of these up, but we're going to cut the ends off of these Brussels sprouts. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice them in half long ways. Just like that. Just like you were slicing a big old piece of cabbage. Well, we're going to do that to all these Brussels sprouts, and then we'll be back with you. So the bacon is cooking. It's starting to brown, but it's got a long way to go. Like it says, crispy, so.
Trying to render out all the fat to utilize it to cook the Brussels sprouts in.
Okay, I just wanted to show you the cornbread before I turn it out. Looks good. In a hurry.
Get on over here. The grease is gonna burn.
All right, Brussels sprouts in the oven. There's the cornbread. A couple of pieces stuck, but that's okay. And then here's the little loaf. It looks pretty. I'll take it to work tomorrow. Looks good.
All right, we're gonna let these Brussels sprouts hang out a little bit without stirring them or anything. Just let them start caramelizing and browning up. Then we're gonna add in the salt and the cayenne, and then we'll add in the apple cider and maple syrup. Okay, we're going to add in the kosher salt and cayenne. It says a teaspoon of kosher salt. That's about a teaspoon. And an 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne.
This is our homegrown cayenne we dried.
That's about an 1/8 teaspoon, maybe.
Cajun style.
And we let that hang out for about 6 or 8 minutes. Gonna put in the cranberries now.
That's half a cup.
And
That's
apple cider vinegar or apple juice.
Please don't put apple cider vinegar unless you want a sour taste. Then you might put it in.
And the maple syrup.
I'll pin the recipe. And how long do you cook it now?
About 3 minutes.
So we'll cook this for 3 minutes.
And then we'll add the bacon back in. All right, gonna add the bacon back in. Except for that piece. That's for the cook.
And everything's better with bacon.
And that, for all intents and purposes, is done.
Hey y'all, so we're sitting and relaxing now. We're stuffed. It was a great supper. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. The best Brussels sprouts I've ever had, ever. So it's a great recipe. I'm gonna try to post it down in the comments. I'll try to pin it, and then I added some still shots at the end. I hope you enjoyed watching those. But give me a big thumbs up. Join me for my next video. I'm going to have some more cooking videos coming out, and a few more craft videos coming up. And who knows what else. Just whatever I get a hankering to do. But anyway, thanks for joining me.
And we've got something special coming up before long, but we got to play with it before we do any videos with it.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be real fun. Yeah, y'all are going to like that. All right, talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye.